In this video we present a 7-minute trailer of the scientific work Genetics of Human Evolution. A textbook with a similar title and content can be ordered free of charge at sidorenko@mail.ru. Here, in parallel with the text on the screen, you can view all the drawings and histograms from the work. We are a group of biologists from the city of Taganrog. Using the method of organ similarity, logic, and genomic data, we discovered the gene of evolution. For mammals it is a variant of the uterine tube gene code, and for insects it is a variant of the ovipositor gene code. An opportunity has emerged. Using the genetic methods of in vitro fertilization clinics, it is now possible in an IVF laboratory, from mammals, using whale oocytes, to create an aquatic Homo sapiens, a giant human, a human with super-intellectual abilities, to create hundreds of new species of intelligent beings, real aliens. From insects, using the ovipositor genome, it is possible to obtain highly intelligent flying mutants. By combining the two genes described by us, we will obtain unprecedented thinking beings. We have already begun creating our own clinic of evolutionary IVF for animals to conduct artificial evolutions in mammals. Those wishing to see their four-legged pets intelligent and speaking, register in the queue at sarazax9@mail.ru. Attention! If you want to start raising funds yourself for an animal IVF clinic in your country, open your own bank account, create a YouTube channel or social media accounts, and using the materials of my scientific work Genetics of Human Evolution, begin fundraising for the creation of the clinic and the purchase of equipment. I will support you with any consultations, friends. Now on the screen you see confirmation of our evolutionary molecular and modular research. How artificial evolution is carried out in an IVF clinic. By introducing several evolutionary genes into the nucleus of the oocyte immediately before fertilization, we intervene in the fertilization process and change the genome code in favor of the reproductive system. The physiology of the new evolutionary being will change and become more adapted for conscious feeding and care of the newborn. Signs of successful artificial evolution of an animal: the presence of naked skin, hands with palms and fingers with papillae on them, one pair of mammary glands near the organ of smell, a modified organ of smell directed toward the mammary gland. The skin of the human animal ancestor with thick fur retained heat and was a force protection. In humans, the skin is analogous to the mucous membrane of the uterine tube and serves to press the newborn to it, warm it, and lubricate it with fatty secretions. According to our evolutionary version, confirmed on 17 genes, the uterine tube genome evolved in humans. The uterine tube gene recoded the central and peripheral nervous systems and their fibroblasts according to the mutant code of the uterine tube. Fibroblasts locally throughout the body changed the physiology of the animal ancestor for convenient feeding. Thus appeared the human with all physiological and skin receptor differences from animals. Remarkable is the creation of hands and feet with palms, fingers, and naked skin with papillae. We established that papillae with Meissner corpuscles in them became a trigger for changes in the median nerve of the hand and the tibial nerve and for the growth of cortical neuron mass. This caused the emergence of a unique neuronal process, higher nervous activity. To identify the genetic trace of human evolution, we applied the principle of modularity. Let us show the principle of modularity using the digestive system as an example. The tongue and esophagus form a module. The esophagus and stomach form the second module. The stomach and small intestine, the third. The small intestine and large intestine, the fourth. additional modules of the digestive system, pancreas and stomach, liver, large intestine, blood. We began searching in the genome for genes in which modules are grouped systemically. We found in the human genome, on different chromosomes, especially on chromosome X, 17 genes in which such modularity clearly and on a large scale manifests itself. Modularity of organ and cell expression bursts. The most indicative, directive gene of human evolution turned out to be RSL24L1, in which we simultaneously saw the digestive, circulatory, hypothalamic pituitary, immune, and reproductive systems of the human in modular execution, which allowed us to calculate the evolutionary trace and compile a general map of evolution. In all evolution genes, cumulative modular superiority of the female reproductive system over body systems was revealed. Modular superiority of fibroblasts over skin and musculature. Modular superiority of the cerebral cortex over Meissner and Pacinian corpuscles organized in papillary lines. This became a direct indication of the evolutionary capture of the physiology of the human ancestor's body by the uterine tube genome, by the female reproductive system. It became visible that the human body is essentially an external uterine tube, and its function is the search for the newborn, its capture with the hands and force feeding by mammary glands, constant upbringing using higher nervous activity. The external uterine tube, the body of the modern human, as well as the uterine tube itself, are organs of the female reproductive system. Everything about human evolution can be learned in the textbook Genetics of Human Evolution by requesting a free electronic copy at sarazax9@mail.ru. We call on everyone who wants to help human civilization survive, obtaining enormous knowledge from applying the method of artificial evolutions on animals, to take active part in bringing our scientific discovery to every person and financially participate in creating the mammalian IVF clinic. All information about the clinic's work will be transparent to society. Any donations in rubles to the Russian car 2202, 2084, 6407, 9269 will be accepted, personally designated, and immediately put into action. The clinic will purchase the latest DNA sequencers, PCR amplifiers, fragment analyzers, and automatic DNA extraction stations. In parallel, a vivarium will be created. Friends, time does not wait. Perhaps we will become the first civilization in the universe to industrialize artificial evolution of animals. Project leader, biologist and evolutionist Novikov Vladislav, Taganrog, Russia. My contacts: sarazax9@mail.ru.
Есть.